you got a pretty good turnout here. But they're
It's not my turnout. This is what's so amazing, is these are the Tea Party groups all around the country that just decided to get together and put this
all over
together.
the place.
I mean, they're from all over the place.
But
This
there's
great.
so many things they're concerned about right now. They're concerned about immigration. They're concerned about the IRS, Benghazi, spying on journalists. There's so many things going on right now. If you could pick one that's the most important, either to get to the bottom of or to stop of
It's
all the
easy. They
scandals.
all are under one umbrella. Civil rights. All of them. They're all civil rights violations. So we have to start moving like the civil rights movement that we truly are.
Going to lead the most to exposure of that.
I don't really
important
care
topic.
which one. They all are. They all are. With different people on different levels. You know, you look at spying on me. You look at the IRS intimidating. You look at the way they have roped these events off. One's over there, half the crowd's over here. You got to go through this gate. Martin Luther King wouldn't have put up with this. This is not the way you peacefully assemble. They are doing everything they can in the best Cass Sunstein sort of way, working the same kind of system, the same kind of Jim Crow laws that have been worked throughout the history of our country. These people are taking and working vengeance. Vengeance belongs to God. We have to talk about the civil rights that are guaranteed in our Constitution, each one of them. You pick an amendment, they violated it. Pick an amendment.
What about, there's a word that's come up a lot recently, and it's tyranny. You hear a lot of people talking about tyranny, but I think when most of the American people think about tyranny, they think about, gulags and Nazis marching in the street. Do you think that word's a little too hyperbolic at this point, or do you think it's sending the right message?
I tell you, that's exactly what they said to Bonhoeffer in 1932.
Can you explain that?
Dietrich Bonhoeffer was a Christian pastor who stood up in 1933 and was given a speech on the Führer principle and said, "That's bad. It leads to very, very bad things." His own people in his own church, his own people around him said, "Dietrich, be quiet." They pulled him off the air on the first day of Hitler coming into power. The man died 15 days before Hitler did in a concentration camp. You can join this anytime you want. You can dismiss it at any level. But the only way you stop tyranny from really happening and people really being killed and gulags and everything else is if you're vigilant at the beginning, not at the end.
Dig it up at the roots. Do you think we're at a point where we can seriously begin talking about impeachment yet, or is that going to have to wait?
I don't think you're going to. I don't think this. I think this government, with the progressives in the Republican Party, have sold themselves to the highest bidder long ago. I don't think you have. I don't think you have a very large number of serious people in that building behind me. You have, we know now, about 70 Republicans who are willing to stand up and put their job, their life, their fortune, and their sacred honor on the table. Let's worry about the 70 people that are standing up and trying to grow that number. Let's try to protect the people who we sent there and said, risk, stand up, buck your own party if you have to. Just don't violate your principles. Let's stand up and watch their backs and keep them safe while they do what they have to. If they can take it to impeachment, I personally think there's a lot of people on both sides of the aisle that shouldn't be impeached, should go to jail.
Is the president one of those people?
Yeah.